Well, well. Welcome back, my darling Diamonds in the Rough. I am your favorite talking stone, and today we are back with some more katakana, with some more hiragana practice, and I am putting my headphones in, and they're loud. Wow, I should turn this down a little bit. Funny. Let me turn that down. Lovely. And I think I'm only a stream to YouTube today. Why not? Are we live? We are live. Let me just do a sound check. Sound has checked out. Right, I need to stay hydrated. I'm very dehydrated. Am I sore? I'm not that sore for once. Tuesday is a really brutal day for me. But for some reason, I'm not sore. Weird. Very weird. Water's still amazing. Actually, this water, it's not that amazing. I lied. It's not that amazing. It's okay. It's okay water. It's just not what I was expecting. But that's alright. It's still refreshing, mildly. And the weather outside is most certainly frightful. It is most certainly frightful. The past, what seems like few weeks, honestly, I don't know how long it's actually been, but the past few weeks have certainly been incredibly cold, at least for me. A lot of snow the other day. A lot of snow the other day, too. And by other day, I mean the weekend. Should have probably brought this off on Monday, but I was a bit dumb. Can I say that? It's towards myself. I can say that. I was a bit dumb, a bit foolish, and I went outside to shovel snow in, like, my pajamas. And that's not foolish. That's fine. That's fine. It's a neighborhood. You're fine doing that. But I didn't wear gloves. But that's fine. That's fine. I also didn't wear shoes. I wore flip-flops because I was too lazy to put on socks and shoes. And that was a pretty big mistake. Because I didn't shovel a ton, but I shoveled a little bit. Shoveled about half the driveway. Enough to actually get in and out. Shoveled about half the driveway. And oh boy, my toes were freezing. They were freezing. I thought, hey, as long as I don't touch the snow, no problem. But the first part, not touching the snow, that's something that's really, really hard to do. That I just cannot do. I just cannot do it. And yeah, I was having very cold toes. That being said, we did buy a new shovel. I've been complaining about our shovel for the past 10 years. The shovel that we had, my family had a hole in it and did not shovel snow properly for the past 10 years. When we finally got a new shovel. So, you know, frozen toes for wearing flip-flops, new shovel, it balances out. I do have to say that. It does balance out. And I like that. I like the fact that it balances out. You know, you win some, you lose some. The winning is new shovel. The losing is cold feet. Granted, I was just too tired, I guess, to realize, hey, going outside in flip-flops, very terrible idea. Very terrible idea. Never do that. That is so incredibly stupid. Oh, but I digress. I wasn't out there for too long, and no damage to my toes. Just very, very much, a lot of pain. A lot of cold. But the cold does not stop on that snowy day. Oh no, it continues. For the past week, I have a car. It's a car. It goes from point A to point B, and that's what I like about it. That's what I like about my car. It just drives. It goes from point A to point B. That's all I want it to do, and it's good at that. However, now I kind of want it to do more because it's really cold out. And my car's HVAC system, heat and ventilation, air conditioning, whatever it is, whatever that thing's for, it's not that good. It's really not that good. Granted, I also don't use it. I don't try to use it, but it's really not that good. So every time I get in my car in the morning, it's colder than the air around it, which is just the worst. Luckily, I have my big sweater on and then another jacket on top of that, but it's still not a pleasant drive. It is nothing but pleasant. No, it's anything but pleasant. That's what the word is. Oh my. Anything but pleasant. Oy vey, oy vey. It is. It's fine though. I get from point A to point B, but it is just not a good ride. And then I also don't even bother trying to turn on my the heat sometimes, just because I don't even know. I feel like it's a waste of gas. It's not a waste of gas because I'm freezing, but I feel like it's a waste of gas because I don't know. Maybe I'm just so incredibly cheap that any sorts of, not even pleasure, but reduction of pain is not worth it. Any reduction in pain is not worth it. But oh my, I really should just turn it on more. Or maybe I should just get gloves. Because my hands are the worst part, because my hands are always freezing. My hands are always freezing. And one thing I love about cars in their design, the vents go right to your hands on the steering wheel. And I love that. I really do love that. It makes it so much better. It makes it so much better when it's just blowing warm air in your hands. Because it's not going to make the car warmer. My very weak heating system, even when it's on, it's not making the car warmer. But at least it can get my hands. And I usually put it on a bit at the beginning. No, I usually just put it on a bit at the end. The beginning, it's not warm enough. At the end of the car ride, I'll put it on to make it as if the car ride wasn't that bad for my hands. It was, but just to make it as if it wasn't. I feel like that's a mental trick that people use. I think I watched a Veritasium video once where they would subject participants to uncomfortable situations, but they would lessen. But in one session they just do the uncomfortable session, but in a different session they'd add, in addition to like the 10 minutes of, I believe they dunk their hands in cold water, they'd put their hands in less cold water after the same amount of time slot passed. So they're actually in discomfort for longer, but because they actually ended on discomfort or a less uncomfortable situation, participants rated that less unfavorably. They rated it less unfavorably than the shorter session without a less ending. So I'm trying to use that trick to make my car rides less miserable. I don't think it's working though. I do not think it's working. But I will continue to try it, and hopefully it does work. Hopefully it won't. It really won't. My expectations are low. But at the very least, I'm getting some hair on my hands. That's nice. I love water. I really do love water. It's such a quintessential drink. I used to be, when I was younger, a huge milk enthusiast. I still am. But probably until age... I don't want to say the number, but age 6 or 7, I didn't want to say that. Until that age, my predominant beverage was milk, even more than water. I would drink milk more than water. My good old glass of 2% milk. Oh my, and it was delicious. I love milk, still love milk, but at around 6 or 7, and I'm sorry for saying it like that, I just cringe sometimes, because I feel old. Whenever I say 6, 7, I feel old. But around that time frame, I started to appreciate the beauties of water. Mainly the fact that it's free. Which is a good fact. It's a good fact. Water being free is very, very... It's nice. It really is. And I love drinking water. It calms me down. It's refreshing. Oh man, water is great. Water is really great. But shout out to milk. I love milk. I should drink another half gallon of milk. For those of you who don't know, I think I posted on this channel a long while ago a clip from a video. Or, yeah, a clip of something where I told a story about how I basically, one of my friends back in the day said that milk was something that you couldn't drink by itself. And I disagree with that vehemently. So in response to that, the next day... Was it the next day? Or is it a few days after? I don't know, something like that. A few days after, we'll say, I bought a half gallon of milk. And when I meant to meet up with him, or with a group of friends, I should say, I brought this half-gallon of milk. He was late, so this half-gallon of milk was not refrigerated, probably as long as it should have been. But once he got in, I pulled it out, and I just started drinking straight from the carton. This half-gallon of milk, which is like 2,000 calories for the whole thing, which isn't that shocking. Milk is very calorie. Well, liquids in general are just calorie dense, and that's a lot of liquid that I consume. That's a lot of liquid. So I just kind of drink it in front of him over the course of a few hours. I think I take maybe 3 chunks to drink it all, but I take some big pauses. And I drink it all. And every time I'm just looking at him with a smug sense of superiority because my body can process lactose. His body can also process lactose, but he's just a little incorrect, we'll say. He's lactose intolerant in the other way. I think that's what I actually named my video. Milk Enthusiast Pranks the Lactose Intolerant. I think that's what I called it. It's been I think it was like 7 months ago. It might have been 6 months ago. I'm not saying X or Y months, though, because I need to pivot away from that. Why do those have to be such common numbers? I'm sorry, every time I hear the 6-7 meme, it makes me feel old. It just makes me feel old. Like, I get it. Things can be funny for no reason. When I was a kid, things were funny for no reason. Shout out to the letter E. The letter E, that was funny for no reason. But now that I'm older and not much wiser, I can safely say that I feel old. I feel old. It's just not my generation's thing. Not a Zoomer thing. It's purely Gen Alpha. Is it still Gen Alpha now? Or is it Gen Beta? Oh my. I'm feeling old. No, Gen Beta is still babies, right? Right? Okay, we need to check that. I feel old. I'm content with feeling old, but I don't want to feel that old. Gen Beta. I need to look this up. I need to see this. Good. Google changed some of my settings. I totally want that. Alright, Gen Beta, Generation Beta, refers to the demographic cohort born between 2025 and 2039. Oh! Okay, good. Thank gosh. They're literally 1 year old now, Gen Beta. If even. They're not even 1 year old, because a year hasn't passed. They're 0 years old. Just some of them are alive. Good for them. Good for them. Wow. For some reason, I thought Gen Beta was like 2020-ish. So I'm glad that it's 2025. That makes me feel less old. And I like feeling less old. Oh my. Alright, so let's hop back to it then. There we go. And I think we can take a break around 50 or so to do some Wordle. Why not? Mix things up. Thinking kana, puzzles, kana, puzzles. That's a decent way to break things up. Oh my goodness gracious, I forgot. I had hot chocolate yesterday. I bought this pack of Ghirardelli's hot chocolate. A little bit expensive, but I wanted to enjoy my winter, I guess. And Swiss Miss doesn't hit like it used to. I have to be completely honest. Call me a hater. I'm not a fan of Swiss Miss. I love hot chocolate. But the past few times I had Swiss Miss, it just wasn't that good. So I've been splurging this winter and the one past. Splurging on a smaller pack of Ghirardelli's chocolate. Actually, I think last year's was Starbucks, which was pretty good, I have to be honest. And this year it's Ghirardelli's. And let me tell you, it is wonderful. It is simply wonderful. I feel so... Is bougie the right word? I don't even know. I just feel happy. I have a nice hot beverage in my hand, and I just feel happy. And it makes me feel very important because it doesn't take hot water. It takes hot milk. Remember last year I would boil milk on a pot. This year I don't do that. I borrowed a device that heats milk, specifically milk, and I think it's specifically milk. I borrowed it, which means the people I borrowed it from, my parents, had it and never used it. So I borrowed it from them. I borrowed it from them. They can still use it, they just won't. I borrowed it from them. And now it produces hot milk and foam. Which, I'm not sold on the foam, but the hot milk, oh my, that I'm sold on that. Well, I think it warms it technically. I think it technically warms the milk. I think it technically warms it. But oh my, it makes me feel so incredibly special, and it's so delicious. It is so delicious. And I bought these peppermint sticks. And I'm someone who loves peppermint. I love peppermint. It's one of my favorite flavors of the holiday season. Peppermint. And oh my, it's such a classic thing. It's so classic and it's delicious. I love peppermint so much. I love peppermint hot chocolate. I'm someone who believes to eat is to live. That is a quote from Princess Connect Redive, of all things. I forget why it's said. I don't forget how it's said. I forget who says it. But it's a quote from there. And I like that. I think food should taste good. And you should eat it because you want to, not just to survive. Granted, of course, get your nutrients in. Get your nutrients in. Get your protein, especially if you exercise. Get your fats, your sugars, your carbohydrates that are not sugars. Get your food groups. Get them all in, get nutritious, and get healthy. Or stay alive. Proper eating is good for you. But proper eating versus proper eating with flavor, of course you're going to choose the latter. I love my spices. I do love my spices. And I'm so grateful that spices are essentially 0 calories. Because if they weren't, I'd be a sad, sad man. I'd be a sad, sad, bloated man. But I'm not. Because they are 0 calories, essentially. Because they're a lot of just herbs and spices. Huh. No, yeah, aside from salt. Is salt considered a spice? I feel like this definition of spice is a bit loose. Because I've heard mint be referred to as a spice. I think it's an herb. It's a herb, mint. But I don't know where the botanical or culinary definitions of spices. I don't know the range of that. I heard mint be referred to as a spice once, though, which I don't consider it to be. I consider spices and herbs to be different. Mint is an herb. Oregano is an herb. Paprika is a spice. I don't know what the difference is. In truth, I don't know the nitty-gritty of each. I just say if it's green and from a leaf, herb. If it's ground, processed, whatever, spice. Or if it's salt. Yeah, salt. I consider salt a spice. I'd say I consider salt a spice. It's a rock. I love eating rocks. I love the idea of eating rocks. In a way that's not really cannibalistic. But salt is so important. I love salt. I mean, I don't kill my food in salt, but salt is such a essential thing for preparing food. I use it to brine my chicken. I use it to season my chicken. I use it to make spice blends to season my chicken. And it does its job. It does its job really well. My chicken brine always makes sure my chicken is juicy. My chicken marinades also always make sure my chicken is juicy. Salt is just essential for the culinary world. I love salt. I love salt. It's probably like fire, food, salt. In terms of... Okay, it's probably food, fire, salt. In terms of things that are of importance in the culinary world. Granted, huge gap in between those three. But it's roughly that. It is roughly that. And this is say, right? Okay, perfect. I got a little confused there. Got a little on tangent from the salt. But I love the idea of eating rocks. I mentioned this before. I love the idea of eating rocks. I love my salt, but I also want to eat gold leaf. I've never had gold leaf. It is most definitely a waste because I hear it's flavorless. It's like purely decorative, and it's probably a waste of gold. Even so, I want to eat gold leaf. I want to eat gold leaf at least once in my life on something Maybe on ice cream, maybe on, not on steak. I don't think I like it on steak. But on ice cream or something. Oh man, speaking of ice cream, I don't know why. I've been craving gelato. For the past, 7 hours, I've been craving gelato. I was at work and I randomly remembered a gelato place that I've never been to, actually. I've been by it. It's at a mall? Plaza? Something. It's at one of those public areas that has a lot of foot traffic. And it looks so good. And I've been past it many a times. But I've never actually gotten gelato from it. Never actually gotten gelato from it. And I love gelato. I really do. And I'm craving it more than ice cream now. And I don't know what the difference between gelato and ice cream is. But I know gelato tastes like. I know what ice cream tastes like. And I'm craving gelato. Like a real, genuine, maybe Belgian chocolate gelato. I don't know why. Belgian chocolate is great. I remember a family member had a layover in Amsterdam once. And they brought back chocolate-covered Oreos. Was it Amsterdam? It was I believe it was Amsterdam. They did a layover in Amsterdam, and they brought back chocolate-covered Oreos from the airport. Those Oreos were honestly some of the best I've ever tasted. Okay, no, that's wrong. They were the best Oreos I've ever had. But the chocolate-covered Oreos, from what is definitely just mass-produced in a factory, were so incredibly delicious. I had a huge chocolate phase a few years back, where I got really into the nitty-gritty, the science of chocolate, cocoa liquor, cacao, cocoa powder, whatever it was, and the concentration of that, milk chocolate, dark chocolate, white chocolate, even ruby chocolate. Shout out to ruby chocolate. You are a very strange flavor. You are a very strange flavor. If you don't know what ruby chocolate is, it's basically chocolates. I forget if it has cocoa liquor or a cacao powder, whatever it's called, or cacao, but which has one of those concentrations. I think it's probably closer to white chocolate. No, that's just guessing. Probably closer to milk chocolate, but it has citric acid in it. It has citric acid in it. The stuff that oranges have, and lemons, and citrons. It has citric acid. And it gives it such a strange flavor. I would not call it bad. But it's interesting. It's an interesting flavor. If you have the opportunity to try it, I recommend it. I can't guarantee it'll be good. But I can guarantee it will be an interesting flavor. It will be interesting. A one-of-a-kind experience. A one-of-a-kind experience. Oh my. I can guarantee that. It'll be one of a kind. I've never had anything quite like it. Never in my life have I had anything quite like ruby chocolates. You can really taste the citric acid. What was that tangent on? Oh yeah, chocolate. Oh yeah. The chocolate from those Oreos. Sorry, going back to the Oreo thing. The chocolate that covered those Oreos was delicious. I was expecting, some decent chocolate covered Oreos, something you'd find in America. Because, I'm American. But those blew me away. Those legitimately blew me away. And no one was expecting them to be great. They were a snack you got from an airport that were mildly overpriced. You don't really expect that to be right. It's just a snack from an airport that I didn't eat. But it was delicious. It was absolutely delicious. And, of course, this brings up the fun fact about Hershey's chocolate in America. One of the first to make chocolate that doesn't spoil super quickly. Chocolate that can be, mass-produced and sold in bars. And the reason they were able to do that is because they use milk powder. However, there's a bad thing to that. That apparently is very easy to detect for non-American people, for people who haven't consumed Hershey's style chocolate a lot in their lives, regularly in their lives. And that fact is that milk powder based chocolates, or at least Hershey's, which I think uses milk powder, and I think it's from that originally. I'm not sure if they changed it for like Cadbury or something overseas, but specifically Hershey's chocolate, which uses milk powder, or at least originally used milk powder. There is something in milk powder that has like a chemical found in bile, found in like stomach acid. Bile isn't stomach acid, but it's found in like stomach acid or liver stuff. I don't know exactly where it's from. Basically, to some people, it tastes like vomit. And I'm gonna be honest, I've tasted that before. There was times where I went a long time without tasting Hershey's chocolate, and then I tried again. I was like, "This is good," but I get what people are saying. Like, oh, I see it now. I see it now, because I do see it now. I still like Hershey's chocolate. I eat it definitely less than I used to, because a lot of reasons. But I definitely understand that. I remember I had a pretty big Lindt phase, Lindt chocolate, because when I was in university, in my last year or second to last year, I forget which, they had a Lindt store near me that I walked into one day, and they gave me a free sample of like this blueberry white chocolate thing, and I thought, not really a fan of this, but you know, if a free sample is a free sample, and I ate it. And I was blown away. So I spent some money at the Lindt shop. The Lindt chocolate shop. Money well spent, comma, a little bit of a but. They might have had an illegal amount of lead in the chocolates. I remember hearing that lawsuit not too long ago. That Lindt had too much lead in like parts per million or something in their chocolate, something that's not legally safe. So I'm hoping that I, as well as the people I gave chocolate to, because I shared my chocolate, I shared it. I'm hoping that we did not get lead poisoning from that, because it tasted delicious. I do have to say, and the flavors Lindt has is extraordinary. Just, very concerned about the lead thing. I am very concerned about the lead thing. And we are at 56. We are at 56, but we'll go maybe to 75 before doing the dolls. I think that's fair. That's reasonable, right? A little bit of a water break, so give me a second. I do love staying hydrated. I really, really do love staying hydrated. Oh my. I definitely sweat a lot today too. Because, again, Tuesdays are my very hard gym day. Not my easy gym day. I don't know if I have easy gym days, but it's my very hard gym day. It breaks me the most. Last week I was feeling sore for basically through Friday. I could not move my legs without feeling pain through Friday from Tuesday night. And it was not fun. But I don't know why. I feel great today. I feel great today. I do need a shower after this, though. I haven't showered because it is really cold. And I don't want to give myself hypothermia. And I honestly don't want to touch the shower when I'm freezing. Because I'm a coward. A cold, cowardly person. But, I will. I'm not too... I don't even know. What was it? I don't know what I was going to say. But we're at 60... Did we say 75 or 60? You know what? I've complained about it too much this stream. We're going to go to the thing. We're going to go to the current funny number. 67. Why not? And then we'll take a little break. Then we'll take another break. Yeah, I have to accept the fact that I am older. Yeah, I have to accept that. So we're going to take a little pause here. And let me pull up the dolls. By that, the dolls, I mean were doll. Not like the dolls that I used to do. Not Pokal, not Cascodal, not Brickdal. Shadow Brickdal. I think that was like the one of the first Duel based game, like Wordle based game that I played. I believe it was one of the first. I think that might have been episode 4 or something. No, the first one I played was Pokedol. I remember that. I believe the original one, my first video, which I don't recommend you watch. I don't recommend you watch my first Daily Dolls video. Because I think I messed up the audio when editing. And it sounds awful. Fix on the second one, though. Totally watch the second one. There's a playlist on my YouTube channel. Check it out. I check it out sometimes. It's been a while since I checked it out. Well, no, not really. Maybe last week was the last time I saw one of those videos. They're decently well made for someone who had no idea what he was doing. But yeah, they were so fun. I love the dolls. I do. I just don't think I can do them every day. But I can do this every Tuesday. We'll begin with our favorite starting word, jazzy. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Also, let me do a sound check really quickly. It looks fine. Let's make sure it sounds fine. Give me a moment. Everything is honky-dory. Now, let's try kilns. Why not? Like the thing you put clay in to make it glaze or something? Spork? Oh no. We just used the K for... Dang. We just used the K for kilns. Sports. Why not? It's a more popular word. And we have an S in the first slot and nothing else. Oh my. Not sheep, unfortunately. We just use a P. Oh. I heard the voice actor for Sheen Estevez and Jimmy Neutron and Planet Sheen passed away. And my heart goes out to him and his family. I love Sheen Estevez. He was probably my favorite character on Jimmy Neutron. So, I'm grateful for everything he did. And I hope that he can rest in peace. Now, what could this word be? Smell? Well, no. No, let's see. Sweep. Oh, not sweep. Sweet. No. Oh my. Squee! Why not squee? Oh, that's a word. What? Okay, that was actually really, really helpful. I did not expect it to be that helpful. So, it's either S-U-E something E. It's either that, like Suev, which is not directly, or it's S-E something U-E. Segue. Like how we're going to segue to the connections. Wow. Wow. Segue. That's such a strange word. And segue. I forget. I forget. Is this spelling for the vehicle, the Segway, or is it the spelling for to segue in conversation? Let me look that up. Actually, Wait. Let's see. Let's see. In film and music, music and film, movie without interruption from one piece of music to scene to another. Now, an uninterrupted transition from one piece of music film to another. So it's a transition. Okay, segue, spelled the other way, is for, how do I say, the vehicle, which is capitalized. So that's good to know. Vehicle will be capitalized. Oh my, but now we're moving on to the connections. Let's hope everything's loaded. I love how it says advertisement and nothing shows there. because I don't want to share ads. We can play The Connections. Alright. Posterity, Bellhop, Lifeboat, Offspring, that's a child, Foxtrot. I forget what this is saying. Spellbound, Rattlesnake, Mambo. I'm thinking of the horse, Makien, whatever name is, which is commonly called Mambo in Uma Musume. That's what I'm thinking of first. But anyway, I digress. Chimera. Okay, that's a mix and dash of stuff. Rope, Bolero. Drum roll, please. Like, okay. Drum roll is making me think of a build-up to something. Brood, Quick Step. Quick Step, Drum Roll, Rattlesnake, Lifeboat, Spellbound, Bellhop. Oh! Well, I found one. Quick and Step, Drum and Roll, Bell and Hop. So it ends with movement. Step, roll, hop, boat. Snake is movement. Rattle, drum, bell, and quick. Okay, maybe it's instrument, but I don't know instrument that starts with quick. But anyway, I think this is a good guess. Quick Step is the odd one out then. Bell, hop, rattle, snake. So bell, rattle, drum, any percussion instrument. Life, off, ma'am, fox, spell, chime. Starts with a percussion. Chime's a percussion instrument, right? Yeah, starting with percussion instruments. Oh my. What a guess. Now we just have everything else. Offspring, family, brood, anything else that means like relation. Suspicion, quick step, rope, lifeboat, spellbound. Bolero? That would just be a guess in the dark though. Foxtrot. Is that like the letter F in like the what is it, the NATO alphabet, whatever it's called? Like Alpha, Bravo, Charlie? Is that Foxtrot? Ooh, I'm not sure. I am not sure. Spellbound, meaning under your spell, maybe controlled? Rope. That's such a short word. It's not giving me much. Maybe it's a type of rope? I'm thinking family, brood, and offspring are together. But what else could be the third one? Maybe bolero? Is it foxtrot? It might be mambo, but let me dial it back a second. I shouldn't guess everything. Spellbound, lifeboat, foxtrot. Alright. Oh, ends with movements. Trot from foxtrot. Step from quickstep. Spring from offspring. Well, that would be wrong. I know this is wrong. Just based on the last one we did. Tarity, bound, boat, brood, rope, lero, bowl. No. Family, suspicion. No, that's wrong. Posterity, spellbound. Oh, I'm very confused. Lifeboat. Brood, family, offspring. Not foxtrot, not bolero. Maybe mambo? I'm going to guess mambo. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't know what mambo means. Dang. Dances, Descendants, and Hitchcock movies. Okay. Can I go back to the puzzle? Thank you. Dances. I don't know those. I don't know any of those as dances. So I'm fine and content with not getting that. Descendants. Posterity's Descendants. Huh. And then Hitchcock movies. Lifeboat, Rope, Spellbound, Suspicion. Never heard of those. I'm going to be completely honest. I never heard of those. Well, at least now we can continue a little bit. What should we get to? Maybe 100? 100, then we'll do some chess puzzles and probably call it a stream. That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. Oh my. Connections can be hard sometimes. It can be hard. It can be difficult. Sometimes it's just stuff you don't know. And if it's enough of that, you're really getting it. I'm surprised we got the purple, though. I am surprised we got the purple pretty much as the first one. Because usually purple is supposed to be the hardest. But I guess maybe we're just built different. I can't say we're built different after we lost with only getting one. I can't say that. I can imply it, I just can't say it. And now I'm finally leaning back in my chair instead of incredibly far forward. Which is nice. It's relaxing. Is this Ray or Ree? It's Ray, right? Yes. And then Gya. And followed with a lovely little Pew. It's Pia? Oh my, sometimes I'm messing up. And I am messing up quite a bit. Last stream, I think I only got 5 wrong from 100. This stream, already at 10 wrong. Not looking too hot. Granted, I think I'm even less focused. No, more focused than last time. Last time I was just flying through it. Thought I peaked? Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Oh man, I'm confusing Hya and Hugh. Like, this is Gya? I thought it was Gyu for a second. Bull, and this is Wait, this is Mary? No, my goodness gracious. What is this? Ta. Oh yes, that's what I forget my learning conventions sometimes. This is Ko. Yes. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I think I'm getting the hang of something. So let's quickly bang this out. I don't want to stress too much on this anymore. And then let's do some puzzles, because why not? Why the heck not? Oh my, oh my. Oh my goodness gracious, I am flubbing really, really poorly right now. Mia. Ho. Mew. 2 more. Kya. Lastly, it is Ko. Alright. Now it's going to do it for Kana. Decent bit of practice. We didn't do too hot, but, you know, not terrible. Not terrible at all. In the slightest. Right. Let's move on to... Well, this is actually a pretty short stream so far, hasn't it? Only 42 minutes. 42? Huh. Thought it'd be a bit longer than 42. Let's head over to the daily puzzle. And should be good now. Lovely, lovely. Okie dokie. White to move. Illusionary defense. For December 16th. Alright. I guess... The simple move is this. Right? Because let's look at the king's safety. King can't go here, king can't go here. King's in a box, essentially. It can't go here because of the knight. Can't go here because of the bishop. So the king is kind of in a box. And so we just need to give it a check and it'll die. It'll be checkmated, not die. And there's 2 checks we can give. This one and this one. And you might think, oh, trading equal material, taking the knight might be better. But then it can be taken back. The key here is checking here. And this pawn would be defending this square. However, it's pinned to the king. So it's checkmate in 1. And it should be good. Sometimes we get easy puzzles. Sometimes we get hard ones. That was pretty easy. I do have to be honest. That was a bit of an easier one. So let's make it up with Puzzle Rush. Let us make it up with Puzzle Rush. But that's at least what I look for when I'm in a puzzle. Checks, captures, and attacks. That's what I look for, and that's the order I look for them. Alright, right here, I see this is check, and then followed by checkmate once you have to defend with the right. Not the knight, the rook. Don't be silly. Exact same thing, just checkmate in 1. Checkmate in 2. Go here, you have to defend with your rook because the pawn covers this square, and then I take your rook. Well, I think technically you sacrifice your first rook first, but that's no issue. Again, you not only hung your rook, you hung back rank checkmates. And back rank checkmate is essentially, well, I'll show it when it comes up again, because it will come up again. I check you here. You basically can't go here, here, or here. Can't go here. Can't go here because of the bishop. So you're forced here. And then I deliver checkmate here because the queen takes away basically all of these squares. Lovely. Checkmate in 2. In 3, I should say. I didn't see the queen just blocking. This is mate in 1. Look at any checks we have. This is the first check I see. And it's checkmate because it's defended by the king. So you can't take back. Checks, captures, and attacks. First check I see is this one. Defended by the bishop. And takes away all these squares. So it's checkmate in 1. Checks, captures, attacks. First check I see... Well, actually, the first check I saw was this one. And technically this one. But you block. However, this is a battery. Battery is when two pieces basically can combine to attack together. They protect each other. So when the queen takes this, which is undefended, it delivers checkmates. Nothing king can't take, and yeah. Once again, checks, captures, attacks. First check I see is this one. And king is kind of in a box. So what can you do? You can do this, but I'd take. You can do this, however, I take. Because it's defended by the king. So it's checkmate in 2, technically checkmate in 3. Because you played that move first. And I'm forced to checkmate you, essentially. Now, you might be tempted to, oh, snap take, or oh, just avoid. However, when your levels get dangered, you have to danger their levels. This check basically forced the king to the corner. And from there, we can deliver back rank checkmate. We can deliver back rank checkmate. We can then sacrifice our queen, which will be taken by the bishop, and then check with our rook. And our rook covers these 2 squares, and these 2 squares are blocked by your own pieces. So this is a simple mate in 3. Lovely, lovely. Alright, checks, captures, attacks. Checks, I have none. Captures, only pawns. But attacks, I have this. This is a devastating attack. Because my intention is very clear. It's to go here on the next move. And deliver checkmate blocked by my pawn. Nothing can take this pawn. And my king is safe. There's only the check of stacking the queen. And then the rook. Well, not stacking the rook, but going to play with your rook. Which I'd hide up. And again, same thing. It's just an unstoppable attack. Exactly like we planned. Alright, checks, captures, attacks. First check I see. And why is that so devastating? Well, the king is kind of blocked in with the queen and the bishop. So this check would be checkmate. I also can't run away because of its own pieces. This check is checkmate. You have to come here, which I would promptly take. So it's mate in 2. Lovely. Now, I could snap take. That is something I could do. But that's not necessarily a good move. It's the first move that comes to mind. But let's check the other one. Check first. This is the first check I see. What happens? Can't go here, 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 or here. King has to go here. Sorry, king has to go here. So I check here. You go here. Then what? Do I want to take then? I feel that this move is strong, but I'm not seeing the breakthrough right now. And that's fine. I'm going to work on it a little bit. I'm going to check and see. And because obviously takes, king runs, check, takes, and then I start eating your pawns, would be decent, except I'm down a piece. You have 5 pieces. Queen, 2 bishops, 2 rooks. I'm down a rook right now. I only have knight, bishop, queen, and rook. Oh! I'm missing something simple. Check. What other checks do I have to follow this up that aren't just a sack of piece? This check, which is checkmate. Nothing defends the square, and it's defended by the rook. Sorry about that. I think I might talk too much. I talk a lot sometimes on these streams. Alright. Checks, captures, attacks. First check I see, very bad one. This just gets taken. Oh! Your queen is trapped. Go here. That takes away this entire row. And then this knight takes away these 2 squares. So it takes away these 2. And so you're left, and the queen takes away this. So you have to go here, which I then follow up with this. And now taking up here. So where can the queen go? It can take, but then I take. It can go there, but I take. It can go there, take, go there, take, go there, take, go there, take, and go there, take. So it's a queen trap. No checks, no captures, but I do have an attack. Oh, you keep it simple. Lovely. Now, this is just checkmate in 1. Rook covers the square. Queen covers all these squares. Now, this is pointing here. So if I take here, it's defended. And it looks like it's just checkmate. Because it is. Interesting. By that I mean I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, checks, captures, attacks. Check here. Right. King has to go away. No. Oh no, that's just checkmate in 1. Because queen blocks this all off. King's in a box, essentially. And this is just a perfect move. Sometimes those knight moves are tricky. Oh, I have this. That's a pretty brutal move. Oh, hola. Mi internet today fala. Hoy solo tu amigo mexicano una vez más aquí. Salud, salud. Hello, how are you? I hope you are well. I am fantastic. A little tired, but fantastic. And we are winding down stream, but not until I fail this. And I have a pretty good idea. This knight move that I have on the board, you have to take, because my bishop covers this square, but then I have this queen check. And it's just checkmate, essentially. You block with your queen, but I just take it. Lovely. Alright, checks, captures, attacks. First check, and it's checkmate. Estoy bien. ¿Y tú cómo estás, bro? Estoy bien. Estoy muy bien. Very good today. Very, very good. Thank you for asking. Gracias. Checks, captures, attacks. Check. Right. Now that check forces either here or here. I unfortunately can't bring this bishop in because of this pawn. Well, I can if you go to this square, I can bring my bishop in. And that's essentially checkmate. No, let's just play it. Let's just ride it. Never mind, should not have done that. Ya casi es Navidad? It's very cold. Is Navidad cold? Not just winter? No, it's very winter too. De nada me alegra que está bien, bro. Yeah. Alright. Checks, captures, and attacks. Bishop check. Right, queen takes away these squares. Bishop checkmates. Checkmates and... Oh, now I have to take with the queen. Lovely. Now, I see two checks that I want to look into. This check and this check. One of them's bound to be right. Let's see. Let's say this check, and let's say you take. Then I have this, but... Oh, I do have this. You block, but I take anyway. That's checkmate. So going here must force you down here then. Perdón por no estar en el anterior directo, bro. Sorry, I had a cough. I need to drink some water as well. Let me sit up. I was leaning back quite a bit. Well, actually, let's solve this first. And then I'll finish reading. So I checked there. You have to go there. We just proved that. Knight covers these squares. This rook covers these squares. This rook covers these squares. So just... That's checkmate then. Oh, perfect. So it is this move. What did I say? This? Perfect. Oh, this is just too easy. I'm sorry. This is just takes, corner, check, and mates. Oh, it doesn't even let me play it out. Alright, give me a moment. Perdón por no estar al anterior directo, bro. Let me just bring up my translator. Oh me, oh my. And what does this translate to? Just so I can perfectly understand. No worries. No worries for being not in the previous live. Still a fun stream. Still fun. I completely understand. I completely understand. E Angry Big Stone. You know what? Wait, do I have it queued? I don't. I only have regular. Give me 1 second. I'll bring it up for a little bit. Just for a little bit. Why not? There we go. Just a little angry. Just for a moment. Because I have X wrong on chess.com's Puzzle Rush. O espera ao major birdstone. Birdstone. Huh. Birdstone. Do I have birdstone? Do I have birdstone? Huh. I don't think I do. Now I'm just confused, Sean. Yeah. Oh my. Alright, but let's get back into it. And let's solve these puzzles. Oh, I forgot. Music. It got quiet for a second. Got really quiet. Oh my. Let's see. Checks, captures, and attacks. This is pretty strong move, because if you take, I go here. And it pins your rook to your king. And I don't see anything better. I don't know why you would take in that situation, but you did. White to move. Checks, captures, attacks. I don't see any good checks. I don't see any good captures, but I do see a good attack. This. You can't check my king, and you can't block this square, which I'm going to next. It's just mate in two. Ahora vuelvo voy a tomar agua. Yes, water is amazing. I love water. It is very hydrating. Water is incredibly hydrating. You're gonna get some water. I recommend it. Water is great. Water is absolutely great. I was talking about how much I love drinking water in this stream. Why am I still angry? Oh man, it's my favorite beverage. Water is my favorite beverage. Right, black to move. I like this a bit. But not a lot. Oh. I take, you take back, I check with my queen, and then I take. And I can't check first and take because then you danger my levels. You'd put the pawn here threatening to take. And I can't take your knight because your bishop would take back first. So take first, then check again, I guess. This just looks like mate in one, this check. Rook takes away these squares, queen takes away these squares, and nothing stops the pawn. Checks, captures, and attacks. Let's see, this check. No. This check. Gets blocked. But then we have sack the queen. Go here. And this square is taken. This square is taken. This square is from the pawn. This square is your own piece. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Oh, man, what a lovely sacrifice. All right, white to move. Checks, captures, and attacks. I see this check. Unfortunately, you don't block because the pawn's there. Oh my, same issue. Lovely. This is just checkmate in one. Ooh. Let's see. Checks, captures, and attacks. Volvi. Let's see. Checks, captures, attack. Knight takes away these squares. No, nothing. Nothing I see at least right now. Could go here. Why? I don't know. Oh, let's try here. This first. Simple check. You have to go here. Because queen, queen, your own pawn, my queen, your own pawn. And defended by my queen. So you have to go there. So queen to c3, king to b6. Do we ring around the rosy a little bit? No, I can't go here because of your knight. But I do have this check. And if you go up here, I can then bring in my queen, and that's pretty devastating for you. I didn't calculate mate, so you'd probably go in here, in which case that's just checkmate in one. Oh! Good geometry. What wonderful geometry. Alright, checks, captures, and attacks. I'm thinking check, takes, check, takes, checkmate. And that's correct. Lovely. Alright, checks, captures, and attacks. Let's see. I check here. This square is blocked by my knights, so you have to defend. I draw your king out, and I initiate with my queen. And that check sends you basically here or here. Sends you here. I have this fork targeting both that square and the queen. So you'd actually have to go back to your corner, in which case I'd check here, force you in more, and checkmate you. In which case, basically, best case scenario, you lose a queen. That's a lot of lines, actually. But it's correct. Oh, yep, best case scenario, you lose a queen. Oh, wow, that made me feel smart. Bro, case dices del Nebula 3 5G. I really don't have any perspective on the Nebula 3 5G. I don't have any perspective on it. I don't know. I've never heard of it. I don't know anything about it. I just have, what do I have, Verizon? I don't even know. I'm going to buy a phone in January, but I don't know if it's a good phone or not. I really don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm very, very much not aware of it. I don't know. I'm not really that good with phones in general, but that specifically, I just don't know. I don't have any perspective on. I'm sorry. Alright, this looks simple. I could be wrong, but this looks simple to me, at least. Also, is music too loud? I see, too soft. There we go, I raised it a little bit. And what this looks like... Well, actually, did you take something? You took a pawn. What this looks like is takes, and you can't take back because then you lose. Yeah, this just looks simple to me. I take the queen first, then I take... That didn't even look like a tactic. This does. This is a double check. What double check is, it means you're checked by the knight and by the queen. So what happens? So if I check here, you have basically two moves, here or here. If it's this move, I run over here, and that's checkmate. Well, no, that sends you to this square. So regardless, you get to this square. And then I deliver checkmate on this square, regardless of whichever way you go. Oh, perfect. There we go. Cellular as iPhone? I have an iPhone, yes. Is Nebula also iPhone? Is that provider? I don't know. The iPhone's an easy to use phone. I don't have much perspective on what makes a phone good or bad. I'm just not well versed in that sort of stuff. But it's just not. If I go here, you can just threaten to queen. Oh, it wasn't that? Oh, it's this. I sack my queen, you take, I check here, you drop back, I check here, you're forced to go back, in which case I take. Perfect. Lovely. Alright. I know I normally say checks captures attacks. However, that's the order. However, I see really good attack off the rip, essentially. The king is kind of in a box. So can we put the king in more of a box? Going here restricts these two squares. The king has essentially no escape, and I can follow it up by this checkmate. And white can do nothing about that. Except for that. That was something I was not expecting. In which case, I can just prepare this. And then, yeah. Prepare it. Deliver. Checkmate. I should have watched out for that. Alright, checks, captures, and attacks. I can't take here because you take back. Unless I'm missing something. Here's the thing. If I take here, let's say you take here, I take here. Okay, no, that's fine. I have to take with the knight to defend that. Okay. It's not really a good tactic. I'm not winning, but I'm not losing. Ooh, I see something nasty. I do see something quite nasty. Check. Now, let me tell you why I think this is nasty. Basically, you're forced to take. Otherwise, you go here, and that's devastating. So if I go here, I'm expecting a take, in which case you go... in which case I go here, threatening checkmate here, and here. And you can throw this up. Oh yeah, that's devastating. That's just too devastating. And you sack your queen. Oh my. Volvo mi vovo a falar el internet. Wait, let me just translate that. Give me a moment. Ba ba bow. Ba ba bow. The internet failed you again? Oh, that I had woes of that. I understand your pain. When in January, well actually before January as well, but in January specifically, my internet was pretty atrocious. It was pretty atrocious in the sense that I could not do anything with it. I could not load, I could not stream, I could not do anything. By stream, I don't just mean stream online, I mean stream videos from the internet. YouTube wasn't working. It was not the most fun time. Ordi, ya, ye, yi, yo, you. Right? Like a Y sound, like a little nasally Y, I suppose. Alright, checks, captures, and attacks. This check, let's say you block. This looks like checkmate. Yeah, it's pretty good. There we go. Checks, captures, attacks. This is a check, basically force you to take. And then I can check here all I want. Check. And I can basically force you over here. Check. Force you back. Check. And if you go here, then I can bring in the bishop. Do I like that, though? That seems boring. That does seem boring. I do have to admit. And what happens when you just stay here? I can still bring my bishop over, but... You know what? Let's try it. Oh, wasn't that? No, we still got 40. Not bad. Perfecto? Lovely. Thank you. You know what? We could try... Why? I'm getting pushed for time. I should go to sing 999 trillions. You know what? We'll do Costco. And then we'll end stream from that. I mean, we don't know Costco. We played it once before. The Costco price guessing game. And this time we get Del Real Foods Salsa Red and Green Combo Pack 2 times 24 ounces. I don't know what that means, and I don't know how big this is. Oh my, but let's show. I wish I could see a nutrition label or something on it. That way you can get a better perspective. But let me lean in and see. Right. Red and Green Combo Pack for salsa. So 2 24 ounces. 24 ounces, what's that? That's, well, 2 times 24 ounces. So one of each of them is 24 ounces for salsa. And that would be 48 ounces, which is roughly 3 pounds. Because it is 3 pounds. On the dot, actually. Wow. 3 pounds of salsa. At 3 pounds of salsa. That's a lot of dip, but how much is that? I'm guessing $6.50. That would be my first guess. $6.50 for 3 pounds of salsa. There we go. 1 cent off. 1 cent off. I forget the Costco pricing. I believe it's $99.49 and even? I don't know. But 1 cent off. What a guess. What a guess. What a way to end stream. The one bad thing about ending on chess.com is that you have to end at a loss. On Costco, you end on a win. And that was a soul read. Wow. 3 pounds of salsa for with no nutrition label or anything. Just know that 2 times 24, 48 ounces, 3 pounds. That just sounded correct in my head. Oh my. What a guess. What a guess. Oh, wrong screen. But I think that's going to do it today. I don't have any ending spiels. In fact, my throat is sore from talking so much. So I want to say thank you all for watching. It always means a lot to me. Whether you're stopping on by, or you like it and want to like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me. Right. As always. Do I have anything else to say? Stay hydrated. Make sure you bundle up if it's cold out. If it's not cold out, dress appropriately to make sure you are comfortable. And yeah. As always, have a day. I hope it's a good one. See ya.